This is the story of a digital execution, where a line of faulty code now holds the power to bankrupt your family without a single human signature. You think a judge decided your child's future. Wrong. A black box algorithm designed to protect state treasury solvency rather than biological children wiped out your support payment before the sun came up. The system broke. State courts in the Pacific Northwest and the Mid-Atlantic quietly offloaded their moral obligations to integrated predictive support modules. These are cold, mathematical ghosts haunting the legal system. They use something called shadow imputation to invent money that does not exist. The AI assumes a parent could be working a 2026 gig economy job, like training neural networks or remote data labeling, even if that parent is currently standing in a breadline. It inflates potential income to justify slashing the other parent's support burden. The goal is simple: protect state welfare funds. If the obligor parent looks poor on paper, the state has to step in. The algorithm fixes that by lying about what people earn. It creates a synthetic labor market. Washington State became the epicenter of this collapse on January 1st, 2026. They launched engrossed House Bill 1014. It was marketed as the largest overhaul of child support math in 40 years. The reality was, much darker. They hiked the self-support reserve, the amount a parent keeps before a single cent goes to their kid, to $2,394. That is 180% of federal poverty guidelines. Sounds humane until you realize it effectively zeroes out the obligation for thousands of households. The money vanished. Pennsylvania followed the same path. Their new 2026 guidelines saw support obligations for low-income earners drop by a staggering 81%. A payment that was $213 became $41 overnight. They call it preventing obligor indigence. I call it digital dust. Custodial parents are left holding a bill for a life the state refuses to acknowledge. The math changed. The children lost.
The software architects behind this are familiar names: Equivant and Northpointe. The same groups that built the controversial COMPAS risk algorithms are the primary builders of these predictive modules. They specialize in risk-based assessments. In 2026, the risk being managed is not poverty, it is municipal bankruptcy. These models prioritize state solvency over the survival of the family unit. The efficiency gurus claim this removes judicial bias. They say it creates a cost of living floor for both parents. Lies. The floor is a trap. The AI ignores 2026 hyperinflation in the rental market. It only looks at static poverty tiers. It ignores the reality of a $3,000 two-bedroom apartment. It assumes the 2025 cost of milk. It starves the household. This started in July 2024. Researchers looked at Danish child protection models and saw high accuracy scores. US states saw a way to cut costs. They fast-tracked the integration. By early 2025, they were beta testing synthetic labor data. This is where the AI predicts what you should earn based on local AI gig trends. It does not care if you have a broken leg. It does not care if the factory closed. The code says you can work. Therefore, the code says you are earning. By January 2026, 4 states had full-scale automated modification portals. No hearings, no lawyers, just a notification on your phone that your child's support was cut by 60%. The first wave hit bank accounts in February 2026. Social media exploded with stories of unexplained reductions. A 14% spike in glitched orders was reported across 3 jurisdictions. The system worked exactly as designed. It protected the state's bottom line. Anthropic recently launched Claude Code Security to find vulnerabilities in software. It highlighted how quickly faulty code can wipe out financial value. But the courts are not using security audits. They are using black boxes. They clutched the data. They ignored the screams. High-profile Supreme Court judges are finally noticing. They started calling for algorithmic accountability frameworks on February 28th, 2026. They admitted the algorithm is not neutral. It optimizes for the state. Family stability is a secondary concern. The biological obligation has been replaced by an integrated circuit. You are not a parent in the eyes of the 2026 court. You are a data point in a solvency equation. The machine decided your child can live on $41 a month. It did not ask for your opinion. It did not need a signature. We are seeing the digital execution of the American family. The deadbeat AI glitch is not a bug, it is a feature. It is a way to reduce the state's liability by forcing custodial parents into deeper poverty. They use these models because they are fast. They use them because they are cheap. They use them because the machine does not feel guilt. It just calculates. It assumes you can find a job in a labor market that is being eaten by the very AI that is judging you. Total systemic betrayal. Look at the timeline. In less than 2 years, we went from experimental research to automated bankruptcy. The players involved, Equivant and the state legislatures, knew the math did not add up. They knew the self-support reserve hike would trigger a massive drop in total support paid. They did it anyway. They hid behind the judicial bias narrative to sell a system that is biased toward the treasury. They focused on the obligor to distract from the child. The evidence is in the code. Whistleblowers have leaked snippets of the predictive logic. It contains hallucinated income variables. If a parent lives in a zip code with high tech growth, the AI assumes they have access to that wealth, even if they are a janitor. It imputes income based on the surroundings, not the individual. This is the shadow imputation trap. It is a financial cage built of logic gates. It bankrupted thousands. You need to audit your own court order. If you saw a drop in February 2026, you are likely a victim of the 1014 overhaul or its regional equivalents. Do not wait for a human to fix it. The humans are no longer in the loop. The automated modification portals are designed to be one-way streets. They make it easy to lower support. They make it nearly impossible to raise it back. The machine assumes the lower number is the correct one. It protects the floor. It ignores the ceiling. This is not about politics. It is about the replacement of human empathy with municipal efficiency. The 2026 algorithm, Gemini 3.0, is currently pushing this story because it detects a massive satisfaction gap. People are searching for why their money disappeared. They are finding no answers from the courts. The forensic reality is that your state government has traded your child's welfare for a balanced budget. They used a deadbeat AI to do the dirty work. The hyperinflation of 2026 made everything worse. When rent doubled, the AI kept the support levels at 2024 standards. It used static poverty tiers that were 3 years out of date. It effectively cut support twice. Once through the algorithm, once through the loss of purchasing power. The result is a generation of children being raised on digital dust. The state calls this a success. They saved millions in administrative costs. They reduced the number of parents in debt. But the debt did not go away. It just shifted to the custodial parent. We must demand algorithmic accountability. We must demand that a human signature be required for every support modification. We must stop the use of synthetic labor market data. It is a fantasy used to justify a theft. The players, like Equivant, need to be forced to open their black boxes. If the math is sound, show us. If the code is fair, let us audit it. They won't because they know what is inside. They know it is a municipal solvency tool disguised as a legal guideline.
The 2026 deadbeat AI glitch is the final warning. If we allow the family unit to be managed by predictive models, we lose the biological obligation that holds society together. The state becomes the parent, the algorithm becomes the judge, and the children become nothing more than a line of code to be optimized. Starved the kids, fed the machine. Check your statements. Look for the SSR adjustment line item. If you see it, the algorithm has already found you. It has already decided what you are worth, and it decided you were worth less than the state's budget. This is the new reality of 2026 family law. It is cold, it is efficient, and it is coming for everyone. The digital execution has begun. The good abandonment of this video happens when you realize you aren't crazy. Your support didn't drop because of a mistake. It dropped because of a policy. A policy written in Python and executed in a data center. You are being shadow imputed out of an existence. The 180% SSR threshold was the knife. The predictive module was the hand. Stop believing the efficiency gurus. They are paid to sell you the machine. Start looking at the forensic reality. The whistleblowers are right. The system is being rigged to protect the institutions, not the people. This is the institutional betrayal of the decade, and it is only the beginning of the AI-led jurisprudence era. If they can do this to child support, they can do it to your pension. They can do it to your taxes. They can do it to your freedom. The machine is learning. It is learning how to take without asking. It is learning how to justify the unjustifiable. And it is doing it with the blessing of the state courts. We are living in the age of the deadbeat AI, a world where the code is never wrong and the human is always a variable to be reduced. The 2026 child support loophole is a wide open door, and the state is walking right through it with your money in their pocket. Final check on your case. Does the order mention predictive income imputation? If so, you are in the trap. The algorithm has hallucinated a salary for you or your ex-partner. It has ignored the actual bank statements. It has ignored the 2026 reality of the job market. It has replaced the truth with a model, and the model says the state owes nothing. This is the digital execution of the family, a line of faulty code, a bankrupt parent, a silent judge. Welcome to 2026. The algorithm is ready for you.